It says there is a cavity inside a solid sphere whose mass density rho is constant, such that the diameter of the cavity is equal to radius r of the solid sphere. A is the center of the solid sphere and B is the center of cavity. Suppose a point mass m is released at B, then the speed with which it strikes point A will be. Assume that the solid sphere is isolated from all external forces. When you read the problem carefully, we come to know the mass of this complete sphere if there exists no cavity. So, so complete sphere is having mass m and whose radius is r, and the inside cavity what we are seeing here, this part of the sphere is removed. So this is a spherical cavity. So the mass of this cavity is not said, but whose radius is given. It is said the diameter of the cavity, be careful about this statement, the diameter of the cavity is equal to radius. Diameter means from this point A to this end. So this complete width is r. That means the radius of this cavity means the distance between A and B. So that must be is equals r by 2. Right. So when this happens, we can easily say, since the density of the whole sphere is constant, we can easily say mass of the part of the cavity that is removed. So removed mass, right? So I may write removed mass. So removed mass is the mass of the cavity. So that will be is equals m divided by 8. So this is the m, letter m. M stands for the mass of this whole sphere. So this is how you must observe first. Distance a by AB is r divided by 2. Well, so now the question is what? They are saying some mass m. So see this, some mass m is released at this point. When it is released, so definitely, so from my previous video you can observe inside this cavity the gravitational field is always towards A, neither less of the position. So in every position inside this cavity, the direction of the field is along the direction of the position vector of B with respect to A. So that for that you can refer my previous video. I will give you the link below in the description section. So now you just observe when some mass m, small letter m, is released at this point, it approaches A with some velocity. When it hits this A, definitely it will hit A with some velocity. The beginning velocity at B should be 0, right? So for this I am using the very important formula for you. So important formula that you must know in the beginning. This is nothing but for any point inside. So any point inside solid sphere, I can write V is equals at any point P inside is minus G, this is the potential, minus G into M divided by, it is 2r cube multiplied by 3r square minus r square. So here you must observe, say this is the sphere. If I say this is solid sphere, this is the point O is the center. somewhere here is point P. Okay, so this distance is r, and complete mass of the sphere is m and radius r. So for this, the gravitational potential at the point P is given by this formula. Now I have to use this formula for this given situation. Okay, so I hope you kept this picture in mind. And now first I am finding the gravitational potential at A. Okay, so at A, so gravitational potential at A. For this, what I say you is, okay, the point A. Okay, so what we have to think is, in this picture we have to see two different bodies. One is the complete sphere, another one is the cavity mass. Later this cavity mass we are removing to make the cavity in the solid sphere. Okay, so now at point A, the gravitational potential due to complete sphere, okay, so complete sphere, that should be found first. So gravitational potential due to complete sphere, so this is equals, so what for this what we have to do is, in this formula, okay, so in this formula what you have to put is, you have to put r is equals 0, small letter r equals 0. Okay, so m is equals m itself and r is equals r. When you make all these substitutions in this formula, so definitely we'll get minus 3 divided by 2 g into m divided by r. This is the formula what you get for the complete sphere. This is the gravitational potential due to complete sphere at the point A. So now I have to find the gravitational potential at point A due to the cavity mass. Okay, so that is what I am going to write here. It is cavity mass. Later we are removing this cavity mass. So this is nothing but, for this what I have to do is, I have to put, be careful, the cavity is of radius r by 2. Okay, so cavity, the center of the cavity is existing at this point, right? So another formula you must keep in mind, at the surface what I have to do is, it is nothing but simply, it is g into m. M is nothing but mass of the cavity mass, that is m divided by 8 whole divided by the radius of the cavity, which is r divided by 2. So when you solve this one, so definitely you can write, okay, so it is a cavity mass, potential due to cavity mass is minus g into m divided by 4r, right? So now you have to keep two things in mind. One is this formula, this is the gravitational potential at A due to complete sphere, and this formula, this is gravitational potential at A due to the cavity mass. So now the gravitational potential at A is only because of the mass remaining, that is the sphere with cavity, right? So for that I have to do what? I have to subtract the potential due to the cavity mass from potential due to the sphere. Okay, so cavity mass. So when I do this, so definitely you can easily think, say this one, it is further written here, it is VA is equals what I can write, VA is equals, right? So minus 3 divided by 2, it is g into m divided by r minus minus g into m divided by 4r. Okay, this much I can write. So on solving this, I may get VA is equals, it is minus 5 divided by 4 G into M divided by R. So, one important result I obtained. This is not the end, because we just found the potential at A. So, now we have to find the potential at B. Okay. So, we found the potential at A as VA. Now, we have to find potential at B. So, that is VB. Okay. So, now again you have to keep this formula in mind, right. So, the point B is existing inside the complete solid sphere, if we assume, right. So, the potential at B due to complete solid sphere should be written first. So, that is what I am going to do now. Gravitational potential at B. This is what I am going to find now. So, here the potential due to the complete sphere is equals minus 11 divided by 8 G into M divided by R. This is the result when I put R is equals R, M is equals M, and R is equals R divided by 2 in the above formula. So, when I make this substitution, I get this. This is the gravitational potential due to complete sphere at the point B. And again I have to find the gravitational potential due to the cavity mass at its center. This is minus 3 divided by 8 G into M divided by R. So, this can be obtained when you put R is equals 0 and R is equals R by 2 and M is equals M divided by 8. Okay. So, this is the result of these substitutions. So, finally, I have to find the potential at B. This is again the subtraction of the potential due to cavity mass from the potential due to complete sphere. So, that is VB is equals, so what is the potential due to the complete sphere? It is minus 11 divided by 8 G into M divided by R. I am keeping this inside bracket, minus 3 divided by 8. Okay. So, G into M divided by R. So, when you make the proper calculation, you get VB is equals minus GM divided by R. So, this is also one of the important result. The two results what you found is VA is equals minus 5 by 4 GM divided by R and VB is equals minus GM divided by R. This is nothing but the two potentials we found at points A and B. And now look into the question again. What actually we have to find is we are finding what? We are finding the speed with which it hits the point A. Which one? A mass M, small letter M mass is given. So, when you release this M here, so which goes and hits the point A with some velocity, I do not know, that is to be found. So, that will be one of the answer among these four choices. Okay. So, now we have to apply the law of conservation of work energy power. I feel it is better. So, according to work energy theorem, okay. So, according to work energy theorem, what I can write? So, change in kinetic energy, right. So, change in kinetic energy should be written like this. So, this is delta K. So, that is Ka minus Kb. A is the final point and B is the beginning. Meantime, so delta U, this is change in potential energy. So, this is UA minus UB. And also one thing you must know, UA is M into VA and UB is M into VB. Okay. So also, so from work energy theorem, what I can write is delta K plus delta U is equals delta W. So this is work done by external force. Work done by external force. Okay. Here we are using no external force. So that means delta W should be 0. So now you have to think one more time. At A, I mean at B, the speed of m is 0. Therefore, what I can write, it is Kb is equal to 0 and Ka is equals some half m Va square. Va is velocity at the point A. That is what we are about to find. Okay. So now we are having every detail to make further calculations. What I can do now is I am simply making substitution in this formula. So delta K is Ka. So Ka plus I mean minus Kb, right. So plus delta U is Ua minus Ub, which is equal to 0. Further, what I can write? So this Ka is Ka is half, right, half mVa square minus 0, that is again plus into m, which is multiplied by what I can write Va. So Va is, I mean this is Va and minus m into Vb. So this is equal to 0, right. So what I can write further? So when I write further, this is half, I can remove m from every term. So it is Va square and I am taking all these terms on that side. So this will be Vb, right. So it is Vb minus Va, Vb minus Va. So once you put all the values in this, okay, so Vb minus Va, just put every value here. So Vb minus Va. So what actually it is? So this is a half Va square. This is equals, this is potential at B. This is minus G into m divided by R, right. So minus what actually Va itself is. So Va itself is minus 5 divided by 4 G into m divided by R, right. So for I have to solve this further. So this will be half Va square, this is velocity at A, that is equals minus G into m divided by R, and it becomes plus 5 divided by 4 G into m divided by R. And further what I can write? So this is half Va square, which is equals, right. So this will be 1 divided by 4, right. So it is 5 minus 4 is 1 divided by 4 G into m divided by R, right. So this much I can write, and further what I can do? So this is Va square is equals 1 divided by 2 into Gm divided by R. And in this formula, we are having the term m, but in options, we are having something different. Just observe. So we are having no term like m. So the results inside the square root is with the density. So density is written like, how we can write density? So density is rho, which is equals mass divided by the volume of the sphere, which is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, that means mass is equals 4 by 3 pi r cube into rho. So I should write the term m with all these terms. That is what I am going to do now. You are seeing these terms, so which is equals, it is half g divided by r. What I can do for m, which is 4 divided by 3 pi r cube into rho. You can cancel one term with r cube, it becomes r square, and term 2 with 4, it becomes 2. Means to say, VA square is simply 2 divided by 3, right, pi g rho into r square. When you take root, I get, since this is r square, I can simply write r outside the square root, and all things inside the square root are 2 divided by 3 pi g into rho. So this is our final answer. Okay, this is the velocity with which the particle m will hit the point A. That means our answer is 2 divided by 3. This is not, okay. So this is 2 divided by 3 pi g rho and v. So this is correct. This is how you have to answer this question.